So today, we're going to be talking about the Healing Emitter in the finals. That's this little guy right here. His name's Chuck. Say hi, Chuck. I hope he said hi. In this video, we'll be English is hard. In this video, we'll be discussing its health. Disgusting? In this video, we'll be discussing its health, range, and an array of little tidbits on how you can kind of get the most out of it, even while being mobile. Since it's pretty common that it's like a, you just put it down and then you like, camp essentially kind of thing. There's some ways you can manipulate it to be a bit more mobile, and I'm going to show you guys that in this video. If you like this kind of content, be sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe, reactions. I really do appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So for starters, let's talk about how you can place it and pick it up. Well, obviously, you equip it, put it down, now it's down on the ground. You can pick it up and move around and all that cool stuff, right? Nice. Pretty self-explanatory. You guys are not 3 years old. However, what you might not know, as one of my buds, Link, did not know this, if you pick it up like normally like this, like you just go and pick it up like this, it goes on cooldown for 3 seconds. So you can instantly basically put it back down immediately. But let's say you're not really close to it at all and you wanted to pick it up. You can still pick it up with your iPad. This is an iPad, by the way. You can pick it up with your iPad, hold it like this, but now it goes on cooldown for about like 15-ish seconds. 15-ish seconds. So like a lot longer. So if you don't want to wait that long, be sure to actually pick it up yourself, or you're going to be waiting quite a bit longer to actually be able to use it. That being said, if someone was also destroyed or it gets destroyed somehow, it also will go on like a very long cooldown. Matter of fact, I think it goes on like a full cooldown at that point, which I think it's like 30 seconds. You don't want that to happen. So yeah, don't let that happen. I'll probably show you guys at the end of this video what the cooldown exactly is, but I think it's like 30 seconds. But yeah, neat. Now, let's talk about how much health it has. Healing Emitter has 200 health, as denoted by the health bars on it. Each little square indicates 25 health, so that'll be 25, 50, 75, 100, 25, 50, 75, 100, 200! You guys ain't 2, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. But yeah, 200 health. That's cool and all, but like, who really cares, right? No one really cares about that. So, what you do maybe care about is like how much it actually heals you for, right? Because honestly, this is kind of intriguing to look at. Now, I will admit, trying to figure out the exact number here was quite difficult, so bear with me. But if I were to do this, and we just like make myself injured real fast. Okay, so I'm weak, right? If I go next to it, it's roughly about like, you get like healed for like a second, like 10 heals per second, roughly. So like, it ain't nearly as fast as like the healing, the Ancient Fuse on light, or like the healing beam or medium, but it is a consistent stream of healing that like essentially never runs out, which is pretty cool. Again, it's not like the most amazing heals in the world, but a little bit of heals can make a difference in a fight between like you dying and living. Because like, for example, someone using like the XP or like M60 or something like that. I think M60 does 20 to the body. If you got healed for like 2 seconds worth, that's 20 heals right there. That effectively means that he needs to land 1 extra bullet to kill you. Like, it ain't that bad. It's pretty decent, to be honest. It changes little TTKs, and that could be the difference in a battle. So now we talk about its range. So it has about a 5-meter range. So like, when it comes out, and then about right here, that's its range. So we go ahead and mark it. It's 5 meters. I move up just a little bit, like right there. It's 5 meters still, but if I move it just a teensy bit more, it goes to 4. So it's like about 5 meters and like maybe like 5 meters point, like, I don't know, 2. Because like if I move back a little bit, it's still connected, but it's gone, right? So maybe like 5 meters point 1, 5.1 meters, something like that. Either way, it's 5 meters. That's all you really need to know. It's 5 meters. You can't be too far away from it, but 5 meters is fairly decent for like, how you likely would be playing with this. Like I said though, I do have some tidbits to make it a little bit more mobile later, but we'll get there. I will also mention this. So there's a bug with this where it seems like after you pick it up enough times, or pick it up and like just put it down and pick it up and put it down and move around with it enough, eventually it just doesn't work anymore. I'm gonna try to replicate that here in a second. So stand by. There it is. Put it back down. Yeah. So there it is. Like now it's just not healing. It just doesn't work now. It just doesn't work. I can move around with it. I can put it down. Maybe it heals him. It heals him. Won't heal me though. Like I don't know. It seems to be a problem. Like if you pick it up enough times. Oh, it's healing me now. Maybe because it's healing a teammate. It seems to be a problem with like if you pick it up enough times and put it down or whatever, eventually it just kind of breaks and it just stops working entirely. When I was doing a bit of research for this video, I did note that this apparently was a bug for a long time now. Hopefully Embark is working on it. Hopefully they know about it. I don't know if they even know about it. But yeah, this is kind of annoying. And yeah, I just wanted to add it in there. Just be careful, this is a bug. And yeah. So now I want to talk about its range looking up and down. So like I said, it's 5 meters. But it's kind of weird when it's doing up and downwards. So essentially, when it's looking downwards, it like still actually functions pretty well. Like it still functions 5 meters. But if it's trying to look up, for some reason it's a little awkward and it doesn't want to do it. As you can see here, it just doesn't want to do it. If I were to pick it back up and put it right here, and I stand down here, it will heal me. Perfectly fine. Pick it up, put it right here, and go back up. It says no. let me see if I get really close. Get close. Nope. See, it doesn't heal. So it's a little awkward when it's trying to look up versus down. That being said, just keep in mind that it can heal you up and down. It does do that, but it's just kind of awkward when it's healing upwards versus downwards. Like even doing that, it didn't want to heal. But like as you can see, if I'm like doing this, if I'm like just up a little bit like that, it's perfectly fine. But I don't know, it's awkward, but it does heal up and down. Just looking up for it is just awkward. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. So now we are on to some little fun, the fun part about this video, the little tidbits and stuff. So what you can do with this is if you're running barricades, you can actually put a barricade up like this, put Chuck down like that, and then stand on top of Chuck, and now you effectively have a head glitch. This would be better if I had a gun on, but like you effectively have a head glitch now. And it's pretty good. It's pretty nice. Again, it would be better if I didn't have flamethrower, but it's pretty good. I seen a blueberry do this. You probably seen my short on it. I've seen a blueberry do this, and I was like, yo, that's actually really smart. That's pretty good. So I thought I'd just let you guys know, hey, this is a thing. It's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. Now, you can also use it to kind of like climb up windows and stuff, or climb up like other like otherwise unreachable locations. So let's take an example like over here, right? Now obviously you can just window jump this, obviously, but let's just say hypothetically there's like I don't know, let's say there's a hole here or something, right, in the same location and you can't window jump it. You could do something like this. We can put down Chuck, you can jump on Chuck like that, and Chuck, you can jump on Chuck like that and jump up, and there you go. You can effectively kind of like window climb by actually taking the window. Now, first off, can you destroy that? Let's see if it goes on like a 30-second cooldown like I think it is. Yeah, that's 30 seconds. Another little thing that you could do with Chuck here is you can kind of use you can use the cash box to block bullets. So let's say my enemy's right there, he's trying to shoot me and stuff, like go ahead shoot me. And I could just like run like this and like it will block the bullets for me. Granted, again, it only has 200 health, but as you can see, it almost died. It blocks bullets for you. If you know how to do it properly, you can just like, just block the bullets. Now I want you to pick it up. Let me just like see what it looks like. Like go ahead, run at me. And this is what it will look like when you're like trying to shoot someone that has it. It's pretty, it's rough. It's rough to actually like see them. Like let me get a little bit distance, like run to me. So like, I'll be like trying to shoot them, but like all of a sudden I'm just hitting the ball the entire time. I gotta like shoot the legs if I want to like get damage. And you had to like aim down to shoot the legs. You can't shoot the body because you're just gonna fucking hit the ball. But yeah, you kind of could use Chuck as like a little defense tool, if you will. And matter of fact, that's actually a good idea too. If you use Chuck, if you use the enemy's Chuck, like go ahead and pick it up again. If you use enemy's Chuck you can't break it, and it's even better because, well, you have an indestructible tool because you're using their chuck against them. Unless they, I mean, obviously the heavy could just like, you know, they could just like do that. But that is something to note though. You can do that, and they literally can't do anything about it. Like imagine you killed the heavy already. The heavy's dead. You take his ball. Now his medium and light friend can't do shit. Kind of a good idea, you know. I ain't gonna lie. You know, it's kind of a vibe. Another way you can use chuck, and this is going into when I was talking about you can use chuck to be kind of mobile a little bit. So when you're like running around with chuck and stuff, right? Running around with chuck. Let's say you know you're pushing an enemy team or something. For example, they're my enemy. We're gonna push them and stuff. You can run up and like throw it at them like this. It does 50 damage when they hit them, and then wherever it lands, you can kind of like slide over towards it, and now you effectively have like a healing ball that's there while you're in the combat with whoever you just threw the ball at. Obviously, all the time it's not going to land exactly where you want it to. Like maybe it might go too far away, or maybe it go too close, or something like that. But sometimes, if you get lucky, you can like throw it, it'll hit, and then you can like slide in, and like now you're getting healed at the same time. But like that's happening. Assuming the bug doesn't happen like it did just now, like the bug's working. So I'm not getting healed. But if the bug wasn't happening right now, this would be ideal because I'd be getting healed while I'm in the combat. But alas. So now I want to show you guys some really interesting stuff, right? So first I want to show you guys this, right? So if you have chuck out, right? You have a chuck out, it's healing you, whatever. Let's say you're taking a point, or you're about to start taking a point, and the enemy throws a gas grenade on you, right? I want you guys to pay attention to when I die, okay? So I'm taking a point, enemy throws gas grenade on. Oh no, I'm taking it. Oh god. Will I live? Will Chuck save me? Can Chuck save the day here? The answer is no. He will not save the day. However, if you took notice, the gas went away like maybe a second or two after I died, right? So, what that effectively means is, if you're going against a team that, you know, those gas on the point or something, what you can do to basically ensure that you'll be able to be able to get it is
Fucking finally.
Look, man, I'm fat, bro. Damn. So what you could do is, right? So let's say once again, same scenario. You want to go take the point, right? But they do the gas already. So they do the gas. You want to go take the point. You wait a second. You throw Chuck in there. Then you walk in. Now you will live. And now you're taking the point. And you will have one of two things that's going to happen here. I died. I'm so sad. I waited too. You get the idea.
You going down?
You get the idea, okay? You gotta wait like 2 seconds. I went in too quickly, okay? You get the idea, though.
Next video idea, V. It's a buster.
You get the idea, though. But effectively, you will have two things that happen. You'll either have the team that throws the gas down and they're like, oh, no one can live the gas, and they'll just leave you alone, right? Because maybe you don't have a heal beam, and they know you don't have a heal beam, or something like that, and whatever the case, right? They just know, it's like, oh, it's fine, they can't take it. That was one scenario. The other scenario is, well, they're gonna shoot you to make sure that you don't get it, right? Then in that case, you're probably still dead. But, but effectively, if you time it right, we're gonna try this a third time now. If you time it right, you'll be able to take it without actually dying. So we're gonna try this again. There go the gas. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Now we're gonna push in. Go ahead and put down Chuck. Put him in there. And then we stay in there. Now we should live. I waited a bit long that last time, but now we should live. We live about half our health, but we can do better than that. Hold on. We can time it better. Hold on. Put that down. Now we're gonna run in. Now let's see. Did I time this correctly this time? I did! Huzzah! See, that's better. That's what we're talking about. But yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty groovy. It can work. It is a little but it does work. That's also another thing. Go ahead and shoot me some more again. Another thing too is, while you're getting shot at and you're getting healed, you're able to still, like, the healing ball is still able to heal you while you're getting shot. So like, I don't really know what game it was, but there's some games where like once you start getting shot at, it stops your healing. Like if you're getting outside source healing, it won't happen. This game, the healing ball, and obviously all the other healing stuff too, will still be able to heal you even though you're getting shot at. And again, keep in mind, this is constant healing. So if you're also throwing in some weaves and stuff and your opponent's aim isn't like the greatest or something, you might can even like out heal their DPS long enough for them to have to reload it, then you can like turn to fight them. If you wanted to. You obviously don't have to do that, but this is an idea. Some heavies might have an RPG like this though, in which case that would kind of suck, but... But yeah, you can take advantage of the fact that it does constantly heal and use that, well, to your advantage. Obviously, sometimes it could be questionable because they can do stuff like grenades, throw a C4 down, shoot it even, right? But that's also why most people tend to use barricades and put it behind the barricade, but that's another story. This is actually something that I'm curious about. I don't actually know how this is going to work, but my hypothetical is, if you have a healing ball, if someone with a dome it or mesh up behind, or like in between or something, you in theory wouldn't be able to get healed because like they can't connect to you because it's suddenly blocking it. So we're going to see if that's actually the case. So go ahead and dome it, and let's see if I can still get healed from it. Nope, I can still get healed from it. Huh. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Anyway, next thing I want to talk about is there's actually a visual cue as well as an audio cue for when the healing ball is ready to actually heal. So for this part, I'm probably going to slow this down. But for this part, when you put it down, you can see it. And then when it does like a little like, pew, and a little smoke come out, that's when it's ready to heal. But this is what it sounds like. And yeah, and that's what it looks like, sound and look. So hopefully I figured out how to make that make sense. If it didn't, I apologize. I tried. But you know, yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is you can also kind of use it as a throwable. Because it's a throwable object, if you have a teammate that's like somewhere, like let's say hypothetically, go behind that green thing. Let's say hypothetically, he's my teammate right now, right? And he was in a fight with something and now like he's like really weak or something. Go behind it. And he's like really weak or something like that, right? Obviously you can't tell, but let's just say hypothetically he's over there and I'm like, oh no, my teammate, I'm throwing you a heal ball, and then like, you know, he can grab it like that and now he has a heal ball back there, and then I can run back there and like, obviously, you know, hypothetically it will be healing him right now, you know what I mean? You could still use it as a throwable object. You can still kind of like pass the ball to your team, if you will, and heal them up. So something to also note of. I feel like a lot of heavies tend to kind of hold their ball and be selfish with it. But don't get me wrong, I get it. It's yours. I get it. But you can throw it to your teammates and help them. Obviously, it's probably more better for like, you know, when you're on comms with people. But it is something that you could do and take note of. It does help. But yeah, that's about it for the video. Healing ball, Chuck. It's overall pretty intriguing. Oh, wait. One more thing before we go. Hold on, I almost forgot. So you can also do this. You can stagger the healing ball. You can throw it up like this. And then it activates midair. And when it lands, it'll be healing you. Just another little thing to mention. Like, you can throw it straight up, or you can throw it like anywhere really. And it will still have the same functions as if it was already on the ground. So another little way you can maybe like trick opponents or deal with people really quickly, but... Now that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this helped someone. Hopefully you learned something. And if you did, you should totally give a little like, a comment, some subscription. But yeah, without further ado, we bid you all adieu. Take care and peace. Bye bye.